Hello and welcome to this month's Messy Church. Today we're looking at harvest. So you'll have most of your things inside a paper bag. You will have a piece of fruit, maybe not a banana, it could be a grape, apple, orange, and 2 long pieces of paper. You will have a plate with a straw attached. Please try to keep the straw from bending. And some pieces of paper, blue pieces of paper, and some yellow strips of paper. You will also have 3 semicircles of brown paper and a smaller beige paper. You will have some strips of green and yellow card with holes in, a little leaf shape, and 2 split pins. You will also have your paper bag with some straw, yours may be blue, some eyes, a hat shape and a strip of felt, and your paper bag. You'll also need some glue and some coloured pens and a pair of scissors. Okay, let's get started with our harvest crafts. So the first thing you're going to need is your piece of fruit. I've obviously got a banana here. You may have an orange, grape, pear. So you're going to take that. You're going to take your long strips of paper and cut them in half, which I've already done here. And then you're going to concertina this piece of paper. So fold it forwards, make a crease, fold it under, make a crease, over the top, fold it under, over the top, fold it under, over the top. And when you've done that, you end up with this lovely zigzag, which is going to be a leg or an arm for your piece of fruit. You're going to do that to each of your other pieces that you've got, so you end up with 4 pieces of zigzagged paper. These are going to be your arms and your legs. So taking the glue, I'm just going to glue, I think I'll have brown for the legs. Put a leg down there, put another little bit on top and have the leg there, perfect. And then at the top here I'm going to put the arms. Doesn't matter that there's pencil marks on this side because this is going to be the back of my fruit. I think I'll have one arm up in the air. There we go. So there's our fruit, you've got our dancing fruit. And now we're going to give it some features. So taking my pen, I'm going to do an eye here, and an eyebrow, and an eye here, and an eyebrow, a little bit of a nose, and I think we'll have a great big smile on there. Okay, you can obviously decorate yours how you like. So I'm just going to put some lines down here to make it a little bit more like a banana. And colour in the stalk bit at the top. There we are. So there we go, you have your dancing fruit, and if you want to, obviously, you can carry on colouring in the banana yellow, or your grapes or your pear, whichever fruit you've got. If you wanted to, you could then make a little hole there and you could hang it up and have your dancing fruit. You could always make some more fruits out of card. You could have a whole family of fruits. So, having done the fruit, we're now going to take the plate very carefully without squashing that straw, and the pieces of yellow strips and the blue raindrop shapes. So, we're going to be making a weather spinner here because the fruit that's grown that we've been going to be saying thank you for needs the rain and the sun. So on this side I'm going to do some sun strips. So I'm just going to put a couple of lines of glue and put a strip opposite each other. Okay, obviously you can glue the strip first if you're finding that easier. I'm going to put one at the top. Just going to splay these out like the rays of the sun that warm the ground, and that warmth helps the seeds to grow, the blossom to come in the spring, and then it's those seeds and that blossom which eventually turn into our fruit and food that we eat and enjoy, and for which we're saying thank you for now in this autumn. So there's our sunshine. Again, it needs a bit more to it than just that, so I'm going to give it some eyes and a mouth. Like that. And if you feel that you want to do a few more rays of sunshine, why not? Just put a few more in here with your pen. And there you have the sunshine. But obviously it's not just the sunshine that our food needs to grow, we need the rain as well. So we're going to turn our plate over, and on the back we're going to fit these raindrops. So I might put one, have them falling down the plate. And these raindrops help to swell the grain, as the hymn goes that we sing in church sometimes. Helps our fruit to fill out so that we have lovely juicy apples and pears and bananas and blackberries, and the wheat in the field that the farmer grows to sell off on so that we can have some flour for our bread and our cakes. So there we go, there are our raindrops. And again, if you wanted to add a few more in of your own, you can take a felt tip and do just that. I'm just going to put a couple in just to show you what you could do if you wanted to add some more. So we have the sun and the rain, and now very carefully, as you hold the straw between your hands, you can whiz it round so that the two are seen together at the same time. You can see the sun and the rain at the same time, both things that we need, that God sends to help our crops to grow. So have fun with that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our paper bag with our hat and our strip of felt and the eyes. Now you've probably got a brown paper bag, but I've just got a piece of paper to represent mine. So this is going to be our scarecrow, because although we love all the insects and the animals around us, they can sometimes be a bit cheeky and start nibbling the things that we're trying to grow. So we can sometimes use a scarecrow, don't we, to just keep them away from what we're trying to grow and let them go and eat what they need to eat in their part of the countryside. So this bag is just a little bit wider than the hat, so I'm just going to turn the corners in a little bit just to make it a bit narrower. Okay, and now I'm going to glue my hat, and then I'm going to leave that for a little bit because what I need to do, of course, is to put the hair on. So plenty of glue on the top of the hat, the paper bag, and we're going to stick that straw down as best we can. Give it a good old squash down. Don't worry, it won't all stick, some of it will fall off later, but that's quite all right. You can give it a little shake if you want to see what's going to happen. Then you can take your hat that you've glued, put it on top of the hair, and it doesn't really matter if the hair's coming out of the top of the hat. It's an old hat that the Scarecrow wears. It's going to have holes in it. The straw's going to come out at the top and the sides. Then I'm just going to glue a little area on the hat to put this on as a little bit of decoration. If you want to cut out flowers and add a little flower here or a bird, of course you can do whatever you like. Okay, then using my eyes, or again you can draw your own eyes if you want to. Here comes my Scarecrow's eyes. His nose, I think I'm going to give him a carrot nose, so I probably need the orange. I'm going to give him a carrot nose. All the wrinkles on that the carrot has. Maybe a little bit of tufty bits at the top. There's his carrot nose. And then his old mouth, not as straight as he'd like it to be, a bit stitched on. Because quite often scarecrows are made out of pieces of material, aren't they? And somebody sews them out. So this is showing that it's the stitches. And then, of course, you've got your Scarecrow. And if you've left the bottom open, you can put your hand inside and make it into a little puppet. So there you are, there's your Scarecrow. Now, quite often hiding in all those lovely leaves of autumn is a hedgehog, and that's what we're going to make next. So you need your 3 semicircles and your little semicircle of cream. And as you can see, I've already cut these, not all the way down, just little snips all the way around the edges to make the spines of the hedgehog. So these are slightly different sizes, as you can see, large, medium and a smaller one. So I'm going to start with the large one. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the edge there, fold it over and attach it. If it doesn't quite stick first time, just give it a little bit of a wiggle and it will stick a bit better. Okay, then I'm going to do the same to the middle sized one. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around the top of those frills that I've made. Oops, don't worry if it comes undone, we can just stick that back together. And then we're going to stick this one, sorry, done that the wrong way around. Put the glue on the top of this one. Right, this one needs a little bit more glue. Stick that on there. And then the large one becomes the base for the middle one. And you can start to curl these up a little bit if you like. Okay. Then you're going to do the same with the smallest one. Make it into the cone. We've already put some glue around there, so just curl these out a little bit. Put that one on top. So now you've got the body of your hedgehog. Just give that a little gentle push to make them all stick together. And curl those up if you want to. Then you're going to take the smaller cone, and I'm going to put some eyes on this first, I think. So I'm going to put an eye this side, and an eye that side, and a little tiny triangular nose. Bit of glue. Curl it round. Oh. That's why you do this afterwards. Put the nose at the right end of the cone. You can just make those into some more prickles up the top here, that's okay. Okay. And again, a little bit of glue around the edge of the smaller brown cone. Stick it on. And there's your little hedgehog. Rather cute. You can make a family of them if you like. Now, last of all, we come to all the coloured pieces of card with the holes in the bottom of them, and split pins and the leaf. Now, the split pin is obviously going to go through these holes. Don't worry, it doesn't matter which order they go in, you can put all the red ones on first if you like. Or you can mix them up. Got rather a lot here, so I'm just going to put those to a side. Okay. And then either you or an adult can just pull that split pin apart so it holds all these together. Now, before we do anything else with these, we're going to think about things that we're grateful for, that we're saying thank you for, because that's what harvest is all about. It's a time of thanksgiving, of thanking God for the food and that we have to eat and the people that bring us the food. So on here I'm going to write farmers, because without them a lot of our food just wouldn't arrive, would it? The shopkeepers who sell that food, making sure that we have enough for what we need. I'm going to say thank you for fruit and vegetables. I'm going to say thank you for water. Without the water, we wouldn't survive and the fruits wouldn't grow. I'm going to say thank you for sunshine. And I'm going to say thank you for the lorry drivers. So without the lorry drivers, the farmers wouldn't get their food to the factories or the shops, and we wouldn't get the food into our houses. So having thought of our own ideas that we want to say thank you for, we're We're going to put those all together again. Put your leaf on first and then thread the second split pin through all their holes. Now don't worry if some of these are a little bit longer than others, just thread them, pin through the holes, open up the split pin, and then just very carefully ease these out. They're going to bend because what you're going to end up with is an apple shape of Thanksgiving. So there we are. Sure, I had another red one somewhere. There we are. You can just pull it round until you've got your apple shape, and there we have your apple of Thanksgiving. Right, I hope you've enjoyed making all your crafts this month and look forward to seeing you again in November.